routes I mentioned, we do have Slave Patrol 2.0. Think about it. What was the job of the Slave Patrol? To grab people off the streets who had the desire to be free, and then send them to camps to do unpaid labor, which is happening in these ICE detention camps as we speak.
So today was bone-chillingly cold here in New York City. Like truly, I don't think I've ever experienced my legs so cold than walking around in New York City today. I'm gonna include some footage. We're gonna include like what I was up to. I went to a protest, I almost fell, don't worry. Not drunk, totally sober, actually in fact. And this is staying in because it's 1 minute, one take. And yeah, I went to a protest today in Washington Square Park. The NYU chapter of SDS was holding an anti-ICE kind of student walkout, a demonstration.
Say it twice. We will not put up with ICE. Say it once. Say it twice. We will not put up with ICE.
And the ratio of protesters to freelance journalists was about 1-to-1, which is not to say that there were so many freelance journalists, but it was fascinating. And I'm going to try to edit some of that footage together, including some interviews.
Liverpool's an activist city for it has been since the general strike back in the 1920s. Liverpool's always been a very, very activist heavy city. We more just see the actual events of what ICE are kind of doing, so we'll hear about it. To be fair, most of the time you hear about it on social media, the news won't even really touch it unless it's something like quite big, like the shooting a few weeks ago in Minneapolis. Unless it's something like that, the media won't really think. So I get most of the information from social media, but even then, because it's in the UK, the crossover's kind of like, it's hard to see sometimes. I feel like if you were here, if in America, you'd see it probably a lot more. Social media, I try and do it to either connect with people or to look at funny memes. So I'm trying not to like look at the news. The news is always kind of word of mouth or a glance or, a TikTok doom scroll, kind of stuff like that. I don't really actively seek it.
For now, I'm going to try to see if I can manifest making my flight back to LA on Sunday. It's currently scheduled for a 10 a.m. flight out of Newark, even though Snowmageddon is upon us. Apparently, we're expecting a foot of snow here in New York City, and that is not likely to permit me to fly across the country. So I'm kind of wondering, do I schedule my flight to move up, or do I delay a couple days, assuming that'll be snowed out? The issue is that I'm here in town, partially for this thing I'm going to Saturday night. More on that perhaps in the future. But basically, I want to try to ask someone for a job, but really hear him speak at an event. So more on that to come. But for now, stay warm wherever you are. Hopefully it is a place that is not in the tri-state area or in the north of the United States, where trees are apparently going to explode in the next 24 hours. A lot of people are talking about exploding trees on TikTok. So we'll see if that happens. But yeah, this is 1 minute, one take / some number of minutes, one take with edits from other footage, but not this take. The title isn't as long. So yeah, okay, this was fine. Boop. Thanks, y'all.